What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm coming back to redo this video that I did last week or like this weekend or something. I didn't realize I had an audio issue, so I would be doing like a sales update for this week. However, I went back as far as items, so everything on this list is from last week up until like this weekend, and then I will do another one for this week. First thing I want to address is, yes, I got my first negative feedback. It was one of those cases where there was nothing else that I could do about it. I believe the item was even returned to me. It was either that Helly Hansen jacket that the guy thought it was a women's jacket even though it was a men's, or something else. I mean, like, I did everything I could to make it right with the customer, and they still gave me one. So it is what it is. 99.9%. It's kind of a bummer, but I'm over it. So without any more distractions, we'll get into the video. This is 10 items that sold last week on eBay. These are all items that I thrifted. It's still winter, so I'm not doing any garage selling yet, but so items I either got at the thrift store, Goodwill, Salvation Army, or purchased off, like OfferUp, Let Go, Craigslist, that sort of thing. So this first item is Mia. These are women's clogs. I actually picked these up quite a while ago. They sat for a long time. It's a brand I found in someone else's haul video or something like that, so I picked them up. This style of shoe, this kind of like career casual nurse hospital style clog, I sell all the time. So I probably paid $2 to $4 for these. They sat for probably 6 months, and they did go for $29.99. So next item is Brooks Pure Connects. These are like a running shoe. They're kind of like a glove. They were a bit smaller than most, like more compact than a lot of the Brooks that you see, and those went for $29.99. Next up is Merrell Continuum. These were Merrell Continuum Radius. These are like a low top hiking shoe boot. I picked up a few pair of these, and I only put one. They actually both sold last week for $25 to $30, but I only put one in here to show you guys. Those were men's. This is an item that, get rid of that. This is an item, this brand, Canyon River Blues, is not like a high-end item at all. I saw these shoes, and they reminded me sort of like Clark's, kind of like a desert boot-ish, almost the old Wallabies. They had a gum sole, only 3 eyelet. They were very simple. They were very clean. They looked practically new, so I took a chance. They sat for a while, but they did go for $19.99. So definitely, if the condition is good, or if you can get them cheap enough, they might be worth picking up. Okay, this is a cool brand. It's Denim and Supply, but it's a Ralph Lauren brand, and I really liked this shirt. I would have kept it if it was my size, but it wasn't. It was too big. I listed it. It lasted for a week or two and sold for $19.99. And then also the North Face hiking boots. I picked these up. I think I paid a little bit more. They weren't like $4. They were somewhere between like 6 and 10, and they sat for 3 to 4 weeks maybe before selling for $29.99. This is a pair of shoes that I got last week. They were Nike Free Run trainers. So they look kind of like the Free Runs mixed with like a nano web. They were really in pretty good shape. There was some cosmetic wear, like they look a little bit faded. Oh, actually no, let me take that back. There was wear on these. In this photo you can't really see, but the swoosh was kind of coming unglued a little bit at the back if you can see, and then a little bit at the bottom, and I noted it in the description, and they still sold for $24.99. Alright, I've talked about this fine china set before, and yes, I actually still have a little bit left. This person bought 6 of these little fruit bowls. They really were very small, and they paid all the way up. They didn't put in an offer. It was like almost $80 for 6 of them. So yeah, it was $77.86, and I don't believe they placed an offer. But I shipped these out. I packaged them. I thought I packaged them very well. I've never had anything break in the mail. But this customer got a hold of me, and they said, actually, they opened a return, and then they got a hold of me and said, actually, they were all good except for one on the bottom broke. I would like a replacement if you can. I happened to have one left, so I emailed them back and just basically packaged one more bowl up and sent it free of charge, because that cost me like $4.11, and I got to keep that sale. So I'm currently waiting to make sure that they got the replacement, and then we can close the case. This next item is another pair of Brooks Addiction 12s. It must be a newer model. I think I come across Addiction 10s a lot more often, but these were in really nice condition. As Bonafide Hustler says, they were nubs on nubs. You can tell right here, you have nubs on nubs. These have not been worn much at all. It looks like I missed a couple pebbles. That's embarrassing. Next up, we have a women's Coach Franca signature high tops. They look kind of like Chucks, but they had this metallic bronze finish to them with the Coach monogram. They were pretty cool shoes, actually, and these went for, I think I got an offer a couple bucks less than that, somewhere between 26 and 28. And the last item for today, I don't recall if I put this up before on the last video, but it's a cool item. Vintage white Stag surf ski. Like, look at this colorway. This just screams Saved by the Bell. Now this item had like a iridescent finish to it that is really can be hard to photograph, and I noted that there were a few lighter spots, and I wasn't sure whether, you know, that was some fading or if that was the factory iridescent finish. Here's this sweet retro tag on the inside. It surprised me that this brand was White Stag. I saw it right away, and the color, I knew that I could pick it up and sell it regardless of the brand. When you find, basically whenever you find a t-shirt or a windbreaker that reminds you of Saved by the Bell, it's probably worth looking at, because t-shirts like that, you know, you can get 8, 10, 12 bucks for. Windbreakers are like an easy 20 to 30 bucks, and they can go much higher than that depending on the brand and how old they actually are. So this went for $34.99. I ran into an issue with this. It's like my greatest fear when I'm doing bulk shipping is that somehow the shipping labels get mixed up. And the same time I shipped this out, I had a pair of women's Reeboks, and they went out, and you know, a few days went by, and I got I actually got a case opened, a request for item not received yet. And so I was confused, and then 5 minutes later I got an email, and the woman that ordered the Reeboks ended up getting this windbreaker. And I was like, oh no, I'm screwed. Like, I'm thinking worst case scenario, the first label got mixed up and then all of them were mixed up. So I was kind of sweating that for a minute. But I ended up emailing the person that was supposed to get this windbreaker, because the woman who ordered the shoes got this windbreaker, and she was like, what's going on? So then I emailed the customer that ordered the windbreaker, and they're like, yeah, I got some shoes. I didn't really know. I thought it was weird that they didn't contact me, but I was really worried But after, working on my customer service, I spoke to both of them. I PayPal'd them money to then cover shipping to mail the items to each other, because the woman that wanted the shoes, she wanted them quickly because she had some event or something. But they were both really cool, so I sent them money to cover shipping. They shipped items to each other, and then I discounted their items because of the delay and the inconvenience. And everything worked out well. It cost me like 20 or 30 bucks to cover the shipping and the discounts. The woman that ordered the shoes actually got like 50% off, and then this dude, or the woman that ordered this vintage windbreaker, got like probably 10 bucks off or something like that. I probably could have got by on less, but I was so grateful that they were willing to work with me to take care of it as soon as possible. So that's 10 items that sold for, most of it, like 20 or above. I've been trying to show you guys the better items that sell, but they still sell regularly, or they're items that I find on a regularly, so that you guys can look out for them and find better stuff and sell things. So anyways, I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be doing another video probably this weekend. For this week, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. This time of year, I'm just basically like sitting here waiting for it to get warm so I can start doing stuff again. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.